start to hit up. And I've been praying on this and thinking about this and praying on this and thinking about this. And I think we're going to be hitting for business only in 2026. Why? It's just everything's pointing in that direction. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Gain. Reason why? Because the majority of this technology we're engineering is basically for companies. It is. I mean, basically the majority of the window advertising technology, ad tech and technology we have here is window advertising technology. It does have a lot to do with business when you think about it. Interactive technology, holograms, projector mapping applications, that's business. That's you don't find people who are setting up a home theater system that's going to be dealing with holograms, interactive, and projector mapping technology. They're just not going to be dealing with that type of field. And then I look more and more. I look at the technology we're engineering for outside. That stuff is really actually made for companies. I mean, when I really think about it, we did more business with companies than we did with customers this year. So that's like the Lord telling us that this is where we're going. I see more and more of it. I do. So in 2026, we're going to be moving in the direction of companies. The expos we're going to, trade shows we're going to, they have nothing to do with customers. Those are companies that will be at those expos. Anyone going to a business expo is going there to pretty much buy something to enhance their business, give their business an extra edge. And quite frankly, that's the stuff we're working on. Majority of the stuff we have for that front and rear technology is designed basically for companies, for business, for storefront advertising. That's what it's used for. So, I don't know what my gut-like feeling on this ain't head in that direction, because I think that's where we're going at. The office, not designed for customers, it's designed for companies. The expos, companies. Everywhere we go, we sell it, so it's for companies. It's not for customers. Only thing we have for customers is screen paint, and that stuff pretty soon, when you see in the thumbnail, is already going to be locked in with some major companies for basically movie displays. And that's not even going to be here too much longer. So, that's pretty much it. When I was over in Haventown, over there, when I was at the other apartments, it was more for customers, because that's what we're dealing with. Now out here, it's a little different now, because I'm out here, I'm doing my business out here, I'm doing more connection with people, and they're all companies. I'm not dealing business with customers, I'm talking to companies. That screen paint is going to be sold more for most likely resale value, or it's going to be sold to bars, it's going to be sold to restaurants, and that's pretty much it. So I think probably most likely we're going to make it so it's basically, I mean, the best I can do is say that I don't know. I don't think we're going to sell to customers anymore. I really don't. I don't see that coming. The first sales in that technology were companies. They were not customers. That's the Lord telling us that that's the direction we have to head in. So that's where we're going. I mean, I got all the paperwork and license to deal with companies, and once the patents come in and they lock in, everything locks in, we're issuing free screens or samples out to companies to do business with them. Yeah, I don't see in my head where this is in the same, doesn't have the same energy anymore. It really doesn't. You sit in my own office and all that, it doesn't have the same energy as doing this from a home front. It doesn't. It's different. And like I said, the people I'm connecting to are all people of business. There's not one customer we connected to out here, not one single person. We only connected to companies only when we came out here. That's the Lord telling me that's the way to go. So, 2026, all technology, engineering for companies only. That's the way I see it coming. It's the way. You can't fight the destiny. It is what it is. If a company decides to resell it, then that's up to them. But I see this is going toward companies. It is. The stuff we're designing for the expo, that's all for companies. It comes one person there buying this stuff. Those are businesses in those expos. Yeah. That's basically about it. So this gives me a chance to rewrite the website tonight. It's pretty much everything we're developing is all business. It is. Now, for anyone sit there, and I know we get the naysayers in the day, guess what? My policy for you. We don't care what your opinion is. You don't do anything. There you go. So we don't care. People who support our company, thank you so much. We appreciate that. We really do. But this direction, I see it coming. Last year, well, not a year for that, maybe we developed screen paint, a lot of screen paints. We have more screen paints. Now we have more physical screens than we have screen paints. The only screen paint we have is that right there. Everything else, excuse me, it's all physical screens. The gunmetal's physical screen, the gamers are all physical screen. Yeah, they're pretty much being used for companies. And deal with companies, that means we get more money too on top of that. We get a lot more money. You know, that's pretty much how the big companies do. Elite Screens, you can't go in there to Elite Screen and buy a screen. You have to go through a dealership to buy one of those screens. You can just go directly to them and buy it. They got it set up. You can only go to dealerships. That's it. But their screens are more, like I said, for home theater. What we're developing right now, none of that stuff is anywhere near home theater at all, period. Golf simulator screens, yeah, that's not home theater. Some of the stuff we developed for interactive technology for floors. How many people you think are going to have an interactive floor installed into their home? Yeah, not a lot of people. That's only for companies will have that kind of technology. And majority of the main point of that sun technology we have, the main point of that is advertising. The main chunk of that technology is designed for advertising. That's why we flash Apple logos and stuff like that on it, because the main chunk of it is for advertising. Now, as I said, for the stuff we have now, that paint you see in the thumbnail, that won't be around long. Because like I told you before, we have companies interested in doing for bars, for restaurants, for schools, just about everything you can think of, office buildings, and drive-through movie theaters. Customers, 32 ounces of that stuff, we made $362. With the company, we make $800 a quart for that technology. That's literally how much we lose if we deal with a customer. Companies know the worth of the technology. They'll gladly pay that kind of money. That order they went through for close to about $1,000, that was a company. Paid for the shipping and everything. It was just an easier transaction. It came in, boop, that's all we had. Did the research on us, and bought. That was it. I never even talked to the guy. They know good technology when they see it. It's easier dealing with businesses. It's much easier. We get people come in, they see the technology, that's it. That's the end of it. They couldn't care less about reviews. They don't care about that. They just need to see it for their own eyes that it actually works. Once they see it, they buy. There's no, they just buy. That's it. Money in their account, done. There's no in between, none of that. They buy and done. That's it. I had to tell one of our customers that buy from us a lot that we're not going to be dealing anymore with customers. I explained it to them. We're not dealing with customers anymore. Because I'm not going to be to buy. Nope, you can't buy it. It'll be for companies only. That's why I see everything hidden to. Companies only. Which is kind of crazy. Our final form, the best technology we ever engineered, is now hitting for companies only, which is crazy because I thought we'd be doing business with customers for the longest time. So, end of this year, no more. I don't know what to tell you. To honestly tell you the truth. I mean, we tested everything out there on the market, and there's really nothing out there, honestly. This stuff would have basically been a major game changer for customers, but the more and more I see the response we're getting back, their companies are responding back to us for that technology. So that's a sign telling us at the end of the day, that is the direction we're going. It's going to be a lot more easier now. I do less demonstrations. You pretty much can just come in and see it for themselves, but usually that's what they're going to do, send a representative down, and they'll come check it out for themselves, which makes it a lot easier. So that'd be great. We sign a contract. Contract means we get paid every month. Huge amount of money, because we have our contract set up. We have to pay a certain amount of money to keep the contract. So yeah, we're going in that direction. Now, mind, this also involve churches. Churches we consider to be companies at the end of the day. So we do business with churches. And another reason why we knew this is the road we're going down, invoices. We did more invoices than we did customers. Companies only do invoices. We do invoice to a company. So we literally did more invoices. So when I calculated it, I was like, yeah, we're definitely going in the direction of companies. And if that's the case, then the black technology we're engineering for ultra short projection screen setup for homes, it'll be terminated. There's no need to make it. The only thing we're going to basically concentrate on is window advertising technology, because that's pretty much all we're going to use it for. That's pretty much it. As for the home theater part of it, it'll be scrapped. There's just no point. The only thing they're going to use it for is window advertising displays. That's pretty much it. Anything involving, like I said, interactive technology, holograms, that's what they're going to work with it. So that's where we're heading at. Well, that's basically about it. That's the best I can tell you. Now, for some people want to sit there and put their 2 cents in it, I guess we'll figure it for you. I don't know what to tell you. If you're going to sit there and say, well, he's doing it because why would they be angry and upset? I have one of the most advanced screens right now. For anything, I'm super happy because I'm going to make a lot of money. So I know why would I be upset. I'm the only one with that technology. There's no one else who has it. So again, no, that's stupid at the end of the day. No, that's the direction we're heading. I see it. I try to push it toward customers, but the more and more we work on this stuff, the more and more I see it. I see it. Too many companies. There's nothing really. I'm just going to start advertising for companies. 2020, I don't know what to do. I'll tell you the truth, honestly. It's got to be. It's going to be. It's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. I see the Lord pushing us in that direction. I see it. Virtual fish tanks, again, they're not made for homes. I mean, pretty much you say, well, I want it in your home. Yeah, not the size those things are going to be. Yeah, it's not going to fit. These are 150 inches. They're big. They're designed, that whole tank system is designed for basically for abstract art for companies. Again, you know what I mean? For their showrooms and for their displays and for the hall area. They're designed it. The smallest one we got is 100 inches. I think the smallest one we have is 100. That's basically about it. How many people are going to have the room to put a 100-inch fish tank on a wall? See? There you go. So yeah, it's engineered for that. Mapping technology. How many people got mapping technology for their home right now? Not too many people got that either. So it's just not. It is what it is. Let me see. right, people, that's basically about it. 2026, set in stone. Site will change. We will no longer be selling to the customers anymore. It'll be for business only. I'm already set up already with companies already. As a matter of fact, all the contracts we're about to sign are from companies, literally every single one of them. All the samples that are going out for these companies to test the technology are companies. Maybe that thumbnail. People looking at it right now on the forum side. That's from a 720p projector. Yep. 720p projector. Like I said, it's interesting. Our final form, the best of the best of the technology we've ever engineered, and I'll be going to customers. 2026, everything I'll be pushing for company. And I'm pretty sure somebody may decide to get a distributorship contract through our company. Then you'll be able to get your hands on it because they'll be selling it for our company. That's the only way. And if you think at the end of the day, please don't be one of those fake companies that say we're going to... No. These contracts are basically interesting. You mess up on these things, you can get serious penalties. Let's tell you, before you sign one of our contracts, read through it first. You're going to have a company. You literally have to have a company. You have to have all the bells and whistles needed to run a company. And mind you, there's a certain percentage you have to buy every single month in order to keep your contract. So yeah, distributor contracts are interesting. So it's not for everybody. I got some that they can get in it. No. We're not doing all that. If you violate these contracts, there'll be consequences. It's just not. You just better just do it at a company. You have to be a company that have one of those. Have some kind of company experience. We don't want any newbies, somebody off the street, somebody that's not. No. You have to have a company. At least have something in business and let us know that basically you know how to run or sell our technology. It's like trying to acquire how to sell Nikes without a store. You have to have some kind of potential in order to show us that you're basically worthy of selling that technology. Okay, people. Well, that's basically about it. Thought I'd just give you the update. Set in stone in 2026. And for those people at the end of the day saying, well, if you cut off your customer base, you want, again, technology we engineer can be refined to companies. It's literally a technology that absorbs sunlight. That thing does what it wants to do. So again, yeah, we can go anywhere. The mall, oh my goodness, literally the mall we have up here is super crowded. We can literally put screens in every single window, which again, companies, every single windows at the mall, every single one. We can even put a 400-inch screen and display right in the center of the floor because it'll operate. How much money we make in the mall? Millions of dollars in the mall. Millions. Any from those off stores you have on boardwalks, all that stuff, you won't have cars and traffic, we make money off all of that. Hotels, casinos, we make money. That technology can read, and it can read anywhere it wants, but in hospitals, schools, how much money a school contract is for one state? It's huge. So again, like I said, that's the way to go. It's a better way to go. So yeah, we'll make tons of money. We don't worry about that. We'll do it. It's sad we're good on this road, but this is pointing in this direction. And the more I say we can do it for the customer, the more I see more money come in from companies. Less from customers, more from companies. It just is what it is. So why would I keep investing money? As a businessman at the end of the day, if my capital is majority chunk coming from companies, that's telling me that we need to lean into companies. We need to put more into companies and less into customers. So that's how it's going to be. You got to go where the money's at. When I go to these trade shows, there's no me no. The only customers we have are people that are business. All those people in trade shows, the business trade shows, are people who have companies. We're trying to figure out how to find something there that's going to make their company sell more product, advertise their company much better. And again, that TV technology most likely will be converted into ad tech. We'll just use it just strictly for business, for companies only. And that looks where it's going. Well, that's it, people. Hope you enjoyed our demonstrations, and you know that's the best I can say at the end of the day. But that's where we're going. All right.